So this video is going to be for Ryan Anderson,
and for people like me to debunk it.
And if you're not Ryan Anderson, then keep scrolling.
Too bad, I'm staying anyways.
But I know y'all watch.
The one thing you got correct.
And that's okay, but this video is not for y'all, it's for him. So I know that it's been about 3 months since we had any kind of text message exchange.
It's been, what, less than 48 hours since you have had some vitriolic exchange that's targeted towards him.
And I know it's been really hard for you watching the show for the first time. I know it was all filmed, but I know that you don't, so I understand that you're reacting to things in real time, just like I am.
Yeah, and I'm sure none of it was scripted, and absolutely none of it was encouraged by Christy. Not at all.
So I'm sorry for not giving you that grace.
No, you're not sorry. You're just doing damage control, but go on.
I do want to say, like, this is going to be kind of a long video of me just putting out what's on my heart.
And I gotta get another
Translation, you're putting out whatever Christy's telling you to put out in order to undo some of the backlash, so just want to correct that for you.
And I know that it is hard to watch things that we have said and things that happen, even if it was 6, 7, 8 months ago, whatever.
You mean him watching you screw him over slowly, and as cruel as possible? Yeah, I can understand that.
I understand that the feelings are happening in real time.
Certainly not for you. Weren't you just dressing up as Kid Rock for Jazz Fest the other day? You didn't look like you were having too many bad feelings at that time, but anyway, go on.
And I want you to know that it is extremely hard to watch you have to go through these emotions.
Gypsy, you would make a great politician, I swear to God. The way they're able to change accents, the way they're able to basically act like there's no emotion coming out of you. This is not genuine whatsoever. And it looks like you're reading off a teleprompter. You're looking at the same 2 spots. I wonder who's holding up the comment cards for you. Is someone holding it up for you? Is there a teleprompter in front of you? I'm going to have to go on a limb and say yeah.
And I understand that when you are doing live streams, you're speaking your truth. You're speaking your mind and your peace. And I'm never going to filter you for doing that.
No, you just respond with some really disgusting stuff, either about his personal life that's true, maybe not true, we don't know. But either way, you were trying to personally make it look like him being in recovery, if he is in recovery, somehow makes him look bad. So, yeah, you were just only doing that. You were trying to make him look bad in any way possible, and now you act like you're sorry. Okay, yeah, I really believe it.
But whenever you put out text messages between you and I that I think are sacred.
Asking him if he's with Amber J is sacred? I mean, yeah, it makes you look stupid, it makes you look manipulative, but we already know that about you, so I don't think sacred is the word. Making you look stupid, on the other hand, yeah, and that's probably more accurate.
That should, in my opinion, be sacred between us.
But apparently, your schmeck's life with Ken isn't.
And when I mean sacred, I mean that there are very few people I trust in this world.
But how many people trust you? After what they saw, what happened to your mom, I'm going to have to say that they probably don't feel the same way about you.
And I have always counted you as one of them.
Then why do you continue to crap on him?
So whenever I reached out to you, when I was 2 weeks postpartum.
Oh, here we go again. Okay, just like the thing with the stuff in the hotel room with Nick. It was the drugs that did it. Now, it's the postpartum that made me send those text messages. I didn't know what I was doing. Here we go. I think I'm sensing another theme with Gypsy. Nothing's ever her fault. Anybody surprised?
And I didn't know how to handle my emotions.
Oh, we know. We've seen that. But unfortunately, we can't ask Dee Dee Blanchard on how she felt on her end.
I just had a baby. My whole life changed. My literal whole life changed in an instant.
No, it takes 9 months for a baby to come to full term, but okay, go off anyway.
And I don't regret having Aurora. I don't. She's the best thing that ever happened to me.
Oh, I believe that. Because at least for the moment, you know that Ken can't go anywhere anytime soon and he can't get away as easily this time, so yeah, I believe that.
But I leaned on you. I leaned on you because I trust you. That is not something a lot of people I could say about. When I felt distant from Ken during those first few weeks postpartum, I vented to you.
So you had Ryan on backup, basically. A guy that's heart you basically stomped on the floor. You're just like, I'm not going to give him any space to heal or get past this after everything that he has to watch on TV. I'm just going to go ask him for emotional support and ask him to be my therapist. Yeah, totally not a selfish thing to do.
I told you everything that was on my heart.
You mean you were seeking attention at the time?
And in my head. And I thought that that was going to stay between us. Did I tell Ken? Eventually I did.
You mean Ken probably caught it and then you had to eventually admit to the lie? Yeah, well, you've done this before. Not telling people about things until they find out about them. When have we seen this before? What? You're talking to Ken 3 weeks before your marriage? Yeah, this behavior's no different.
But I never aimed to hurt you.
Then what was this?
It was never about hurting you. It was always about what the public might think, the public persona.
So you openly admit that you wanted the public to actually hate on him. So again, how is this not out to hurt him again? I mean, are you serious?
And I think what gets to me, and I vented this to your mom, is that you have your TikTok personality and then you have the real Ryan Anderson.
So you had to go and drag his mom into this too. How nice of you.
And those two are two completely different people. So when I see you on TikTok, acting the way you do, talking the way you do, doing your polls, that's not the man that I married.
No, it's the man you married, but it's also the man you pissed off because he found out that you were just using him the entire time.
The man that I married went on Facebook once a month because I asked him to.
You mean you bossed him around?
You didn't do social media. You didn't care. It was never about the public back then.
But for you, it's always been about the public.
If I just had a little bit of grace from the public, I could grow to be the woman that I always should have been. And it's so hard to see what you have become.
Oh, so it's not an apology video after all. It's to blame it on him. Look what you've become. Look what you've done. Gaslighting, Ryan. Don't listen to any of this.
So yeah, I get mad, I get frustrated, I get angry because I know that that's not you.
No, you're mad and frustrated because you have severe backlash after the stupid stuff you post and attack him with.
Where's the person that came to visit me when we had an argument and I told you don't come, and then you showed up anyway?
Oh, that guy didn't go anywhere. This is just who he is when he finds out that the person that he married was using him the entire time and made his biggest fear come true, you going back to the guy that you were lying about corresponding with in prison and said that you were completely over, you had nothing to do with him, and it was all about closure, and then you go ahead and discard him within 90 days.
Where's the person that was there for me whenever my parents were on the edge of a divorce?
Why do you need Ryan for all this? Where's your current man to help you through all this stuff?
And Christy didn't pick up the phone for 3 weeks. And you were all I had.
What do you mean? Well, where's your dad? Where's everybody else in your family? Christy didn't pick up the phone for 3 weeks. Why is she the only one that could have helped with this? And why was she mad at you for that long? That's an interesting little revelation. And on top of that, what about your enormous social media followings and Bree and all the people that were around you when you said the D was fire and all that stuff? So really, you had nobody? Are you sure about that?
You think I forgot about that? I haven't. I hate that we keep doing this back and forth, trying to hurt each other.
Again, you can't just take personal accountability, Gypsy. You always gotta drag somebody else into this. Well, it's not me that did this. It was us. It was the both of us. Again, no self-awareness, no personal accountability. You've not changed one bit since you get out of prison. And you want to know what? I am terrified for what I'm going to see after you get off parole. But at the same time, I'm kind of excited. I'm just hoping no casualties end up hurt along the way.
But we're not trying to hurt each other. We're trying to hurt each other's reputations.
Once again, that's only something you were doing. You were putting out this whole sweaty rag thing, thinking that this was going to somehow make him look bad. And he put out, what, a text message asking if he was with somebody? How is that going to hurt your reputation? You were the one trying to do that to him.
I hate the fact that we are trying to be at war with each other.
No, you're at war with him because you're afraid that he's going to release some more of the tea and it's going to further demolish the narrative you so desperately want to keep out there.
But I know I just want the best for you. I want you to be happy. I want you to move on. I want you to move on with someone that's going to make you happy, that's going to love you like you should be loved.
Then why were you so curious about whether or not he was with Amber J? Because you wanted happiness for him? Somehow, I doubt that.
And I know that it's hard because I get it. I did you wrong, and I'm sorry for that.
First of all, no, you're not sorry in the least. You knew this was going to happen way before you even married him. And on top of that, if that's the case, then why is this you confronting him about him changing and becoming this awful person instead of you just apologizing? Once again, you can't even stick to your own narratives. They change literally by the statement. I just can't with you.
But every time we would text each other, every time we would talk on the phone, you wouldn't really bring that up. We were civil, if not even friendly. So yeah, I am sorry that in all of this confusion and anger and disappointment, that seeing that text message that you released, for what? For what?
To expose that even while you're with another man, you're still contacting him trying to screw with his head.
Because you wanted to show that you are the truth teller on TikTok?
Well, let's see. We've seen how many lies and contradictions since you've gotten out of jail, and while you were in jail, endless. With him, none.
Well, that hurt my trust. And so yes, in turn, I put out personal information of yours that I knew that you didn't want out there.
But didn't you just say not even 30 seconds ago that what you did was not intended to hurt him? Now you're admitting that it was. Once again, I can't with this girl. This is just, I have no words for this.
And it was wrong, and it was below the belt, and it was too far, and I'm sorry.
So I ask you again, Gypsy, how is it that you're disappointed of how he's become this person? What happened to this guy? Where's the guy that came and he said he wouldn't? Where's all that coming from then? If you're sitting here now saying that this was all below the belt, what did he do to you that was so bad? Again, you're trying to drag him into this narrative that it was the both of you and we both hurt each other in some way. You have yet to say anything about how he's done anything to you. So far, it's all about what you've done to him, even in your own admissions. And you still have to somehow try to gaslight the public and him, thinking that this is somehow his fault. This is classic narcissistic behavior.
I truly am sorry. Even if you give me many other jabs.
How many jabs exactly? The amount that your mom received when she was unalived? Okay, just checking. That ship has long sailed, and as far as you saying you're not going to put anything else out about him, I call BS. We'll see.
I won't put out anything else about you. I'm not gonna try to hurt you. I know that in your heart you care about me.
That was his first mistake.
I know in your heart that you are a good person. And I'm just sorry.
Once again, your sorries are meaningless. You just spent over half this video saying, look at the person you've turned into. Look what, and trying to inject him into everything that you've done into him as if somehow it's his fault. And this is like a coordination of the both of you. Oh, we've hurt each other and we've done this. You've cited nothing about how he's hurt you in any way. And we all have seen and witnessed and heard, and most of us predicted, like myself, that you were going to be discarding him and using him as soon as you got out of prison, if not while you were already in prison. So you want to know what? You're not sorry. You're never going to be sorry. You're doing this for damage control. And you want to know what? I think this entire little facade right here that's going on is either scripted or Christy is coaching you in some way. Regardless, this is a bunch of crap. I'm not buying it. I can see right through it. Most people can. But you want to know what? To everyone else that's buying this BS, I wish you, a speedy recovery to finding sanity.
I'm sorry that you fell in love with a piece of shit like me.
Now, you want to know what? I would normally say, wow, she actually has one little ounce of self-awareness. But you want to know what? No. This is a fishing of compliments. Oh, no, you're not like that. Don't let him make you feel that way. Once again, she's not sitting there acknowledging that she did anything wrong and she's a POS like she thinks she is. She is, but you know what? She's not saying it because she truly believes it. She's doing it to fish for compliments from little supporters saying, oh, no, don't feel that way. Oh, my God. And you want to know what? You can victimize yourself all over again now, because now look at the way Ryan made you feel. And look at the way all of us made you feel, and everybody else that's calling you out made you feel. Oh, my God, the poor girl, they make her feel like a POS, and she's got this low self-esteem now because of everybody else. Once again, this is another tactic of her just trying to re-victimize herself in a whole different way. Again, I call BS. Stop it, Gypsy. No one sane is buying this crap.
I always said Ken was my love, is my love. But you were my comfort.
So you basically used him as like an emotional support pet. Yeah, we know that.
You were my safe place because I knew that you never would hurt me. And I'm just tired of this war, and I want it to end.
Yeah, because in this so-called war you're talking about, you're the one that's making yourself look stupid every time you keep posting. So now that you have all the backlash, now you want it to stop. I bet you $1 million if people were starting to take your side in this whole thing, you'd be keeping and going and keeping it going and going longer. But you want to know what? Since this is not going your way, you're getting backlash from all over the place, even probably from some of your own supporters and family. Now you want the war to stop. You only want it to stop when you're the losing party. How convenient.
I don't know what you think the alternative could be between you and I.
How about stop playing with his head? Stop contacting him, stop texting him, and stop doing everything on your show, talking about him and making this all about him and basically injecting him into every part of your show and your conversations and your dynamics with Ken? How about keep the guy's name out of your mouth? Maybe that would be a good start.
That's where I get stuck at, is I can't keep texting you. I can't keep talking to you. I have a whole family. I'm in a committed relationship. I have a daughter with this man.
And yet, as we've seen, that hasn't stopped you at all.
I don't know if, we can't be friends. Do you understand what position I'm in?
I understand the position you're trying to put yourself in, which, of course, is the victim's position, but it's just a bunch of phoniness and a bunch of nonsense once again. So you could sit there and put yourself in your position all you want, but is it an actual accurate position? No. It's just, once again, another facade. But nice try.
I know to you, as long as I keep talking to you, you feel some sort of connection, but that can't be. We can't do that. We're not at that space.
You're projecting. Why are you the one texting him then?
Some people come in our lives for a season, others for a reason. And the reason you came in my life was to show me that I need to be a better person.
Yeah, for the parole board so you would look good on paper. Fixed it for you.